Braves fan, Joe?
I'm a big Braves fan.
You from there? From Atlanta?
Pretty close. They're the local team, so it was a tough year. But what was the focus of practice today, and what were you guys hoping to achieve?
It was a walkthrough day, mostly rest, a little bit of prep for Sacramento tomorrow, kind of some of the things they do, and then film from last night, just things we want to clean up and continue to emphasize.
How much was there really to clean up after last night?
Well, obviously, we did a lot of good things. Late game, I didn't think we executed that well offensively, so we're still trying to get better with our offensive execution. But the process, as I said the other day, process has been really good the last couple of weeks. You know, we're winning the possession battle, crashing well, taking care of the ball, getting good shots, defending pretty well. So we're trending in a good direction.
In the rotation last night, it seemed pretty easy for you to slot Guy into Gary's minutes. They don't look the same as players, but like how similarly do you view their roles and their status within the rotation?
Yeah, they're different players, but they make a similar impact. It's energy, it's ball movement. They're two of our best swing passers. You know, we get an advantage. The ball gets to either Gary or Guy. You know it's going to be swung, and it's going to be a good pass, rhythm, on target, on time. Guy had one last night. He could have taken the shot, and he found Steph for a wide open three. Like it may look routine, but it's not. And I would say that Guy and Gary are two of our very best making that play. They both make Steph better. They both understand how to play with Steph. It's obviously a really important thing to do on our team.
Steve, Steph called DeAnthony a prototypical shooting guard last night. What is a prototypical shooting guard in the modern NBA in your eyes?
Somebody who can make plays. You know, I think it's a playmaking league now, sort of positionless. Multiple guys who can dribble, pass, shoot, and that's Melt. He's a two-way player, excellent defender. But when he's out there, I can have him handle the ball. I can have him play off the ball. You see the shooting is starting to come around, and it's fun to see him really finding his groove after missing most of 2 years.
Following up on your earlier comment about GP playing with Steph, and we've talked about that for a couple of years, how good they are together. What about GP makes him such a good fit, makes them so productive together, and how much does their bond? I mean, they have a bit of a history and friendship together. Does that matter at all?
Well, some of it is what I just talked about, the swing passes, understanding how to get Steph the ball. Some of it is Gary's our best screen and diver, finisher around the rim, and he does it with such speed and explosiveness. And he frequently has a big guy on him. A lot of teams put their center on him. The way he races into the screen, he creates a lot of separation. And then after screening, he dives into the pocket, and he's great finishing. He's also great at finding weak side shooters. So a great pick and roll player. And so when he's out there, we tend to put him in pick and roll with Steph, and we create a lot of advantages. He's a great defender. On ball, he's one of the best in the league. He's unorthodox. He's a 6'3" power forward who guards point guards. That's weird. So the reason it's worked here is he's found this great connection with Steph, with Draymond. He understands how we play. He's got a really good feel for the game. He's been a winning player here since the day we got him.
Do you recall anyone else in your long basketball journey who even remotely resembled a 6'3" power forward?
That's a great question. I'd have to give it some thought, but it would take a while to find someone. He's a very, very unique player, and honestly, it's one of the reasons he had a hard time finding a home in the NBA, and he bounced around and played, in the G League and played on 10 days. He's not the prototypical NBA player. He's a unique guy, but he found his home here because it just clicked with us.
Very different than 6'3" shooting guard Steve Kerr. Huh?
Yeah, I would say quite different player. Yeah.
Hello, Coach. Yesterday, about Moses. Yesterday, you said he's someone who doesn't get too high or too low. How much do you think this trait really matters in his career?
Yeah, I think Moses has a great approach. I could tell when he was a rookie, he was very quiet, but when he would speak, there was a lot of wisdom. And got great parents, Kareem and Rona we know very well. They come to a lot of games. They've lived here in town and been part of a lot of events. And when you see Moses and then you meet his parents, it all kind of makes sense. He's a product of his upbringing, just the poise and the wisdom. And I love coaching Mo. He's a really good teammate, and he's very consistent for us with his on-ball defense, and he doesn't turn the ball over. He's a really good, solid player.
What do you think about this chapter of the season, so to speak, to have an 8-game homestand? And then Draymond was in the hallway yesterday post-game saying we can't win 8 until we win the first one. But it seems like you guys have talked about this.
He said we can't what?
Can't win 8 unless we win the first one.
Yeah.
So, okay.
True.
But what is it about this chapter of the season that could be very important for you guys as you try to go up the standings?
We're pretty healthy. We have Al and Melt healthy and in a pretty good groove, and that's how we envisioned our team in the beginning of the season. Maybe it's fair to say this is the first time all year that we've kind of seen our team like this, where we feel a whole, and it happens to come during or in the beginning of an 8-game homestand. It all lines up really well, so we just have to follow through. And if we have a great homestand and we stay healthy and we stay on the with the process that we've been on the last couple weeks, we have a chance to be the team that we envisioned at the beginning of the year.
What is your assessment of the point of attack defense this season? How has Melton contributed in that regard?
Melt's one of our best on-ball defenders. Melt, Moses, Gary, those guys are all really good on-ball defenders. Melt just seems to move differently, than most players on the floor. He's so smooth and quick and strong, and so it's really fun to see him, contain the ball and not allow penetration. And overall, our defense has been really good. We're top 5, and we've been there the last month or so for a reason. We've got, a lot of brains with Jimmy and Draymond kind of anchoring things. And our defensive coaches have done a good job kind of putting together a good plan, and we're sticking to the plan pretty well. So it's exciting.
Steve, to follow up on Melton, how quickly did you guys know, and I say this in context of several guys last night were like, he just knows how to play. He knows what we do. How quickly did you guys see that he just fit here and understood what he needed to do?
We saw it last year for 6-7 games, and then he got hurt. And it was such a shame because we saw it instantly. And it's kind of how it works, really. You can see generally with guys pretty quickly whether they really have a good feel, and whether they're skilled enough to dribble, pass, and shoot, and make decisions, and you could see it right away with Melt. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.